guess it's surprising for people maybe not in the industry, but I haven't faced any issues in being female and being in this industry in this region, and it's sometimes people are surprised because they're expecting you to say the opposite. But I think genuinely I enjoy what I do, and I've enjoyed the interaction with colleagues, and I've not had any issues where I felt uncomfortable or that people aren't listening to what I say or wanting to listen. So from that point of view, I do feel quite lucky, because I know talking to other people, it's not always the case. But I've worked in the UAE and I've worked in London, and I can honestly say I've not had an experience that's been negative. I think I've been, quite lucky. There are definitely challenges in the industry, but they're not sort of male-female challenges. They're cash flow, they're time pressures, they're project delivery dates. There's a whole host of stuff that are challenges. But I think for women looking to go into the industry, I'd say by all means go for it. It's a good industry. People are very down to earth. People are very accommodating. People are very hospitable. So I wouldn't put anybody off from going into the industry for that reason. I'd say think about the work pressure, think about the other challenges that you'll face, but the male-female thing is not, for me anyway, not been too much of an issue.
In fact, I wanted to ask you if you have any advice for young engineers who want to, enter this profession. So what would be your advice for a young woman starting just now?
I'd say definitely go for it. It is tough, but just try and enjoy it and take it for what it is, and respect the views of others, and have the confidence to go out there and do the job. A lot of people leave. I know a lot of my friends left the industry in their mid-20s, sort of crisis of confidence, or wanted to do something else. But I think ultimately it is a good job. It's a very rewarding job, and you work with a lot of really interesting people, and you meet some fantastic people and fantastic buildings, So say we've done a lot of refurbishment work, and you get to go into concert halls or military facilities, or you see a massive range of facilities and buildings and people that you wouldn't otherwise. So it's definitely interesting, and I would say just try and enjoy it. Don't get too stressed out by it. Just hopefully make the most of it and enjoy it.
Sounds great. Have you ever visited the Big Five? Did you ever come to our event?
Yes.
So can you, just share your experience, if there was anything interesting that you found there, or even something that you would like to see more at the event?
Yeah, I visited up until a few years ago, and I took part in one of the presentation sessions, which I really enjoyed. And I think, again, it's all about meeting people and making contacts, and not necessarily contacts for today, for the project you're working on today, but people who in future you may be working on something, you think, oh yeah, I met that person and they had this particular thing and it's really useful, and I can apply that. So I think it's really useful from that perspective, and attending the sort of the technical sessions was really interesting as well, finding out different perspectives and different points of view. And also people from all over. It's a very good opportunity to meet colleagues in the industry and find out what they're doing and what they're up to.
So it's more for the networking and for the educational part that you visit the event, is it correct? Not so much for the exhibition itself and the products?
I think the product side of things can be fantastically useful, because for me anyway, the tendency is to think that what I knew before is still applicable, whereas you can walk around and you can see the different things and think, oh, I didn't know that, or I didn't know that, or I didn't know that, and things are constantly evolving, and it is a good opportunity to take that knowledge and almost bank it, so that you know for the future, what's available and who to contact.
Okay, perfect. I don't know if you want to say something about the company, like anything about Johnson, or any big project that you're currently working on?
I mean, I think you made reference to the fact that, you know, we're you didn't use those words, but, you know, we do everything architecture, interior design, so I might kind of like touch on those. One thing I'm kind of noticing is that the microphone is pulling down your top. You see that plaster? Is that going to draw the eye?
I should sit up.
We can try to cut the image to.
I think that would be too
close up.
It would be. I think it would be too much because it would just be a floating head. I think you kind of.
Yeah, sorry, I.
Microphone slowly putting it.
Do you want me to answer again, or I can? Yeah. Oh, right. No. Yeah, I always sort of wonder whether it was. Okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, I shall sit up straight. I've worked in the industry for over 25 years. Started off in Dubai actually, and then went home to London, and then came back to Dubai about 10 years ago. And I feel very fortunate in that I have not really faced any major difficulties being a female in the industry. I found the colleagues and the clients to be very supportive and willing to listen, and that's pretty much across the board. So I do feel happy that I joined the industry, and I would encourage other people to do the same. I know it's not been the same for everybody, so I think there's definitely still issues out there, but personally speaking, I've been very, very fortunate in the career that I've had and the people that I've dealt with. And I haven't really seen any differences from that aspect in working in London or working in Dubai. I think there are definitely challenges in the industry in terms of work pressures and programs and working hours and deadlines, but in terms of a male or female problem, I don't really see it as being too much of an issue. Either sort of working in the office or working on site. And I've been very fortunate with the people that I've worked with. They've always been very supportive from being a graduate engineer till now. Yeah. I'd say definitely go for it. It's a very interesting job. It's very rewarding. You meet a lot of different people. You see a lot of different buildings. You see a lot of things that you wouldn't see otherwise. Think about the workload. Think about the other challenges. But definitely try and just do the job and enjoy it. You know, and take it for what it is, and have the confidence to go where you want to go with it.
I had a lot of female engineers when I was in my 20s, and they were in their 20s. A lot of people gave up for various reasons. They went into teaching or something else. But I think if you can be positive and look forward, it's a good career, and it certainly is very interesting. Yeah. Mm. 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 Okay. Godwin Austin Johnson, Gadge. Sorry. Godwin Austin Johnson, Gadge. So we're formed of architecture, interior design, specialist lighting, and MEP. We're very fortunate to have all the disciplines under one roof, and particularly the architecture and the MEP. We work very, very closely together in the delivery of the projects. So I'd say as an MEP team, we're definitely architecturally led. So the buildings are designed conceptually by the architects, and typically we try to work the MEP in so that the MEPs are not an addition to the building, but they're part of the building as it grows from concept stage, which typically means that you don't see a big chiller compound, you won't see a big handling unit room. We try and blend these things in so that they're not